forcefully,
I
rapidly,
would advise the American
and
people to watch the John O'Neill
and I have absolute confidence
versus
in
John
the
Kerry
American
debate on the
people's
Dick Cavett
capacity
show in
to absorb the
1972.
truth as long as we are forceful in that presentation. And we are seeing it as we travel all across the country. We have received enormous support in states where, frankly, there are not a lot
do you mean
of
your colleagues telling the
African-Americans,
truth about you?
and there aren't a lot of Obamas.
Let's take this opportunity to fit in what will be the second of 3 breaks tonight. We'll be back with more from the campus of Drexel University in Philadelphia right after this.
Insurance company. They call it Liberty Mutual. Responsibility. What's your policy? Liberty Mutual.
Got the estimate?
Just got it.
Spec? Yeah, downloaded. You're on. Let's do this.
At Verizon Wireless, your small business is a big deal to us. That's why we offer a host of...
Are we happy with the taxes spend Democrats? They want more taxes. They want the rich to pay more. Even though the rich pay more because they have more money. Somehow it is their responsibility to take care of everyone else. Simply because they have it. Because it is morally right for someone to take away their money for someone who doesn't have any. Not by telling them to contribute, not by telling them to give to charity, but by taking their money. It's morally wrong. It's reprehensible. The most important thing in the world is private property and the protection of that private property. Not to allow the government to come in and take at will what is yours and what you have worked for some project.
Passing on what matters to the ones who matter most. ConocoPhillips, energy for tomorrow.
When water damage invades your home, call the Bright Green Cleanup Team at 1-800-SERVPRO. The training to make it like it never even happened.
There's only one car company where America's #1 warranty comes standard on every car and SUV. With Suzuki, you're covered for 100,000 miles or 7 years. There's no deductible, and you can hand it off to the next owner. Check around. Nobody else has that combination. What does a really good warranty tell you about the vehicle? Everything. Suzuki. Oh, it's going to be a great ride.
Take a good look around, and if you're looking down, put love in your heart.
Smart Balance Buttery Spread helps improve your cholesterol ratio, and its great buttery taste won the Chef's Best Award. Naturally trans fat-free, an excellent source of ALA omega-3s, it's part of the Smart Balance food plan. It's all about balance.
Put love in your heart.
To the state in your ass.
We are back from the campus of Drexel University here in Philadelphia. Our debate continues now. We're going to introduce some rule changes as we go. And for this next question, alone in this segment, we're going to enforce or try to, a 30-second limit on responses. We're going to begin with Senator Dodd and go right down the panel. Most experts believe we're looking at $100 a barrel oil prices, perhaps very soon.
But it's a war for
Most
oil.
experts further believe there are some some folks in America who may be
Right to
paying
offer oil,
50%
Halliburton,
more for things like heating
$100
oil
a
this
barrel.
winter. Let's
There you
say where winters are difficult in two states that come to
Well,
mind,
no, it's good if the
Iowa
prices
and
go
New
up because
Hampshire,
they
say
make more
nothing
money that way
of your
now.
home
So
state of
it's good if the
Connecticut.
prices go up,
As
bad
a
if the prices
member
go
of
down.
the U.S. Senate, are these people doomed to paying more, to suffering through these energy costs this winter, Senator?
you ask me already.
Aside from blue ribbon panels, what can be done right now about what afflicts the United States on this issue of energy?
Well, I would suggest here what Senator Byron Dorgan and I offered twice in the last couple of years, and that was to say that any increase of price over $40 a barrel either be reinvested in alternative energies or new exploration here, or provide a direct rebate to consumers across the country to reduce
does that include
the
drilling
cost
an
that
ANWR?
you've exactly
Or is that
described here
environmentally
with these
protected?
increases in the price of a barrel of oil. That would provide some immediate relief. Low-income energy assistance and other programs, which I and others have championed over the years to provide assistance to those who are going to be in desperate conditions, would help as well. But that's the short-term
government's
answer
gonna
to this
help.
problem. The longer-term answers, obviously, are to stop what we do every single day, and that is borrow $1 billion every single day to buy foreign oil offshore here. We ought to be moving more directly, obviously, to energy independence here.
Would
I'd invite you to
nuclear
go to chrisdodd.com
power
to
solve
get
that
the
problem?
long
Oh, I'm sorry,
detailed
Dennis, because
information
we should get rid of
exactly
all
how to
nuclear
do that.
trials,
Of course, this
all
time
nuclear
with
weapons,
Senator
all
Biden.
nuclear energy plants.
A
Wouldn't
big
nuclear
piece of
power
that
be
cost is risk.
a perfect
People
way to
are
get rid
betting
of
on
our
things getting worse.
oil dependency
It's
on
an old joke, you know,
irresponsible
when you're in a hole,
nations?
we should stop digging. Why do we continue to cause the price of oil to rise by continuing to rattle a saber with Iran? Why do we continue
the
to
United
cause the
States
price
is,
of oil to
rattling
rise by a
sabers.
foreign policy that is absolutely
United States
morbid
is
of
doing
any
that, not
sense?
Iran.
And what we have to do immediately to take care of those people in Iowa, New Hampshire, is provide for emergency fuel assistance.
Senator Edwards.
Well, what we can do in the short term, and I will do as president, is ensure
Shake, rattle and roll. Shake, rattle and roll. Come on, shake, rattle and roll. Oh yeah. Shake, rattle and roll. Shake, rattle and roll. Oh, shake, rattle and roll.
I think it's really important. Every 4 years, the presidential candidates roll through Iowa and New Hampshire, promise this, promise that, promise this. Here's the truth. We need to ask Americans to be patriotic about something other than war. And I want to be the president who says to America, we're in this together. We're going to have to be willing to
being
sacrifice.
patriotic about war is
If we
not
love
patriotic.
this country enough,
After all, it is
we're
more
going to have to
patriotic
conserve
to
in our
not support
homes
the
and
war
our
than it is to
workplaces
support the
and
war.
alter our
Because you're
behavior to
speaking
make
out
America
against
what
the
it's
flawed
capable of being.
plan.
Senator Clinton.
Well, I agree with
Only in
everything
the
that
Democrat
my
world
colleagues
can
have just said.
not supporting
I
the
think it's
country be considered
important that we
patriotic.
do have enough money in LIHEAP. It's a battle we fight every year against the Republicans. That's the program to help consumers pay their bills. We should have a crash program
How
on
can I have
weatherization,
consumers
which will
pay
help
their
to
bills
drive
by
those
having
bills
the
down.
government give them
We
stuff?
need to do more to
when the government
investigate, as
give them
John
stuff,
says. And
that
we
money
might
comes
even
from
have to
somewhere,
look at the
called
Strategic
taxes. Your
Petroleum
plan to
Reserve,
everything
which
is
the Bush
taxes.
administration
The government
has
is
been filling
taxes.
up beyond
The government
any
is helping people.
expectation of need
That's
for
tax
the
money.
short term at least. But
The only way
we
to keep
also
that going
have
is
to
through
have
more
a
tax
serious
money,
move
right?
toward energy efficiency and conservation, and that is where we need to get people to be more
We need to use
conscious
one
to do it
square
for
of toilet
themselves.
paper.
Senator Obama.
As Joe pointed out, out
I
of
agree
the
with Joe.
$90
Joe agrees with me.
that's costing right now,
What's the
about
point of it,
30%
me?
of that is just risk. It's not dictated by supply and demand. If we can lower the rhetoric with respect to military action in the Middle East, that will have an immediate impact. All the other suggestions
Would you like
that
to lower the
are
rhetoric
sound,
by eliminating the
but one
enemy
of the things that we have to do
through
with
military
respect to
force?
conservation is increase
See, there
fuel
won't be any
efficiency
rhetoric
standards
if
on
there's no more
cars.
enemy.
And we have to
No,
make
we
that
need
commitment,
diplomacy. It's
not
complicated
just by
stuff.
going to environmentalist groups and saying we're going to do it,
stuff.
but doing what I did, which is go to Detroit, talking to the automakers. Joe and I have been working on legislation that would provide them the incentives to start making those shifts.
Congressman Kucinich.
Everyone knows that the war against Iraq is
Congressman
about oil.
Kucinich, how are you going
This
to lower your
administration is
dependency
trying to
on
gain
foreign oil
control
when you
of
are
Iraq's
against
oil
nuclear
with the
power?
help of Congress. It's time we had a president who stood for the Constitution and international law. And that's exactly what I'll do.
So he doesn't stand for the
Everyone
United
knows
States
that
Constitution. He
to
stands for the
saber
Constitution of
rattling
the United
against
States law, even
Iran
though
is
the war in
driving up the
Iraq
price of oil.
was
We have to
the backing
stop
of
the war in
Resolution
Iraq, bring our
1441.
troops home, end the
We need to bring
occupation,
our
have an
troops
international
home, end
security
the occupation, let
force
Iran take
that
over
moves
Iraq.
in
It's
as
none of
our
our
troops
business.
leave.
It's
We
okay
have
if
to
the
stop
Middle East turns
planning
into another
for
terrorist
war
cesspool
against
like it was
Iran.
pre-9/11.
We have to
9/11 never
insist
happened. We need to have a
that
pre-9/11
we enforce the
attitude. We
Constitution
can't
of
have
the United
preemptive
States,
strikes.
which
We
this
need to get out of
president
Iraq.
continues to violate, and
It's
again,
most
I
important
state
that
the
Iran and
president
Al-Qaeda
and the
win in
vice
Iraq,
president should be
because that is a
subject
good
to
thing.
impeachment. Then we can start to get control of our energy
For
policies by rejecting this doctrine of preemption, which is
Wrong
not
with you.
worthy of this nation.
Thank you, Congressman. Governor